Hey friends, welcome to the May 2025 edition of A Reader and a Cinephile. May was an absolute monster month for me. Last month I finished 3 books and watched 71 films. Now pick your jaw up off the floor and let me explain that last number. Every May I attend the Seattle International Film Festival. This year I set an ambitious goal for myself and I set a personal record. I watched 41 feature films and another 11 shorts in the span of about 10 days. In that mountain of movies, I awarded 4 films 5 stars. As a self proclaimed cinephile, this felt like winning the lottery or at Christmas my parents bought me the Nintendo 64. I bought my favorite read of the month during Trump's first term in office. Well into his second full year, I intently felt his desire for more authority and his concentration of power in the hands of the presidency. At the time, I didn't know if I could trust my gut. Could I believe what I was seeing? Could I call it authoritarianism? Were democratic norms being violated, or was I being dramatic? As I often do, I turn to a book in hopes of either having my feelings validated or as evidence that I was overreacting. And then Trump lost the 2020 election. So having these feelings validated felt a little less important. So I put this book on the back shelf. And then the unthinkable happened. Trump was reelected, and I feared really that this time would be drastically different. With both chambers of Congress controlled by a single party and a cabinet filled with political appointees faithful not to the Constitution, but to the will of the president, I worried that those uneasy feelings I had during his first term would be fully realized in a full on constitutional crisis. Needing an outlet for this fear, I turned to How Democracies Die in hopes of better understanding democracy, the brittleness of our democratic foundation, how democracies fall, and how they might be pieced back together. The authors, Stephen Levitsky and Daniel Ziblatt, do a really phenomenal job of using the historical fall of other democratic nations as comparative examples of America's own decline. While Trump is the central figure in much of this book, they also brilliantly use other American and international leaders to paint a detailed portrait of what the fall of democracy looks like in the real world, but and not merely as an academic thought experiment. But a book such as this cannot paint a dour picture alone. It must offer solutions or it would fail the reader. Luckily for us, the authors do exactly that. Much of the resistance they outline is resistance we are witnessing. The courts are standing up as constitutional checks. We are seeing sustained protest, the rise of opposition leaders, and in some cases, full on civil disobedience. What is missing is a leader within the president's party willing to push back against him without regard to what that might mean for them. For that to happen, political pressure must be continually applied. So keep writing, keep calling, keep emailing, and keep showing up to those town hall meetings. As you do, I recommend you give this book a chance. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. For my film recommendation, I am suggesting the documentary Come See Me in the Good Light. This film focuses on spoken word performer and Colorado poet laureate Andrea Gibson and their dedicated partner, Megan Fowley. When we meet Andrea, they are in the midst of a painful battle with ovarian cancer. Over the course of this film, we get to know the couple. We come to understand their journey, their unique approach to treatment, and the role that love and art plays in healing and in their lives. Now, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I wasn't familiar with Andrea's work before this movie. That is something that is about to change for me. But what floored me about this film was how human, loving, and deeply poetic it felt. Given what Andrea and Megan do for a living, I guess I shouldn't have been surprised by how this film made me feel. But this isn't the first documentary about someone's battle with cancer or a battle with a serious disease. What sets this film apart from others focused on this subject is the intimacy we experience through their boundless love story, their collective struggle, and the beauty they find in the challenge before them. All told, I found this to be a profoundly moving documentary that moved me to tears more than once. If you have battled cancer or know someone who has, which at this point in time is most of us, I cannot recommend it enough. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. And those are my recommendations for the month. As always, I want to thank you for spending some time with me. I hope these recommendations are pointing you in the direction of new books and films to explore. Of course, I also want to hear from you. Let me know what books and movies you're loving. Drop a comment down below. I'm always seeking new things to read and watch. If you've seen this movie or you've read the book I recommended, please let me know your feelings on those as well. But until next time, be good to each other.